In the Western Pacific, cradled by the warm, life-giving waters of the Coral Triangle, lies a nation defined by its relationship with the sea. It is an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, a sprawling, fragmented tapestry of land and water stretching for nearly 2,000 kilometers. Born of volcanic fire from the Pacific Ring of Fire, these islands are a place of staggering natural beauty, of volcanic mountains cloaked in dense rainforest, of shorelines that shift from fine white sand to rugged, dramatic cliffs. This is the Philippines. From above, it appears as a constellation of green jewels scattered across a vast blue canvas. The islands are immensely varied. Some are large and mountainous, like the main islands of Luzon and Mindanao, home to millions. Others are tiny, uninhabited coral atolls that barely break the surface of the water. Between these extremes lies the heart of the archipelago, the thousands of smaller, inhabited islands that make up the Visayas and dot the seas off Palawan and Samar. Beyond the sprawling, energetic pulse of its major cities, a world of traffic, commerce, and towering skylines, a different kind of life unfolds. On these thousands of smaller, lesser-known islands, life is woven into the fabric of the ocean and the land. It moves to a slower, more deliberate rhythm, dictated by the sun, the moon, and the tides. This is not a story of bustling metropolises, but of the quiet, resilient, and deeply connected communities that thrive far from the urban centers. This is a story of the sea, of the family, and of the enduring spirit of the people who call these hidden islands home. Life on the islands begins with the sun and the tide. Long before the heat of the day settles in, the villages stir with a gentle, familiar rhythm. The day does not start with the jarring sound of an alarm, but with the crowing of roosters, a sound that cascades from house to house, signaling the dawn. This is followed by the soft lapping of waves on the shore and the low hum of a community waking. For the fishermen, the morning is a crucial time. They are the providers, the hunters of the sea, and their daily routines are guided by an ancient, intimate knowledge of the ocean's moods. The currents, the seasons, and the subtle signs in the water and sky that tell them where the fish will be. Their small outrigger boats, the lifeblood of these coastal communities, are prepared with practiced efficiency, a ritual passed down through countless generations. Nets are mended, engines are checked, and provisions are loaded for a day on the water. As the men head out to sea, their boats becoming small specks on the vast horizon, the village itself comes to life. The air fills with the scent of wood smoke from outdoor cooking fires and the rich aroma of freshly brewed kapeng barako, a strong, local coffee. Children in crisp, clean school uniforms make their way along dirt paths, their laughter echoing through the trees as they head to the local school. Women tend to household chores, sweep packed earth yards with handmade brooms called walis tingting, or head to the local market. In many villages, the center of commerce is not a large supermarket, but the humble sari-sari store, often just a small extension. Built onto the front of a family's home, these tiny shops are a quintessential feature of Filipino life. Protected by a simple grill, they sell small quantities of everything imaginable: single sticks of cigarette, individual sachets of shampoo and coffee, cooking oil poured into small plastic bags, rice, eggs, and candy. The Sari Sari store is more than just a convenience. It is a social institution. It's where neighbors gather to catch up on local gossip, where children spend their pocket money, and where families can buy necessities on credit. Their purchases recorded in a simple notebook, a system built entirely on trust and familiarity. The family is the absolute cornerstone of Filipino society. Homes are not just structures. They are open, fluid spaces, often housing multiple generations under one roof. It is not uncommon to find grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, and a multitude of cousins living in a single compound. This extended family structure creates a powerful and resilient support network. Children are raised by the entire community, looked after by older siblings, cousins, and neighbors. The concept of privacy is secondary to the values of sharing, interdependence, and togetherness. This inherent closeness fosters a powerful sense of collective responsibility known as bayanihan. It is a spirit of communal unity and cooperation, an unspoken understanding that the well-being of one is the concern of all. The most iconic image of bayanihan is the literal moving of a house. In the past, when a family needed to relocate their traditional nipa hut, the men of the village would gather, hoist the entire structure onto their shoulders using bamboo poles, and carry it to its new location. While houses are rarely moved this way today, the spirit of bayanihan endures. If a family needs to build a new house or repair a storm-damaged roof, the entire community will come together to help, without any expectation of payment. It is a tradition born of necessity that has become the bedrock of their social contract. Tradition in the Philippines is a living, breathing force, a rich and colorful tapestry woven from centuries of history. The national identity is a unique fusion of indigenous Austronesian roots, over 300 years of Spanish colonial influence, and a half-century of American administration. This complex history is most vividly expressed in the culture, the language, and the unwavering faith of the people. The Spanish influence is most prominent in the nation's religion. The Philippines is the only predominantly Christian nation in Asia, and the church is often the physical and spiritual heart of every community, from the grand, centuries-old cathedrals in cities like Cebu to the simple, whitewashed chapels in remote villages. This faith is often intertwined with pre-colonial animistic beliefs, creating a unique form of folk Catholicism, where ancient spirits and traditions coexist with Christian saints and rituals. This faith is celebrated with immense passion and devotion during the local fiesta, an annual festival held in honor of a town's patron saint. It is a time of profound spiritual observance, but also of joyous, unrestrained celebration. For days, sometimes weeks, the community prepares. Homes are cleaned and decorated, and families cook vast quantities of food to share with family, friends, and even complete strangers. The concept of hospitality is paramount. During a fiesta, every door is open and anyone is welcome to come in and eat. The celebration is a vibrant spectacle of parades, music, and traditional dance, a powerful expression of a community's identity and its deep-seated belief in generosity. This cultural identity is also carried in the music. Filipinos are renowned for their love of song. Music is a constant companion in daily life, from the folk songs passed down through generations that tell stories of love and labor, to the ubiquitous karaoke machine that is a fixture at any social gathering. Singing is not a performance, it is a form of communication, a way of telling stories, of expressing emotion, and of bringing people together. Underpinning these traditions are core cultural values like pakikisama, which emphasizes getting along and maintaining group harmony, and utang na loob, a deep sense of a debt of gratitude. This is a powerful social bond that commits a person to repaying a favor, not with money, but with loyalty and support, often for a lifetime. These values create a complex web of social obligations that binds the community together. There is an immense and quiet pride in this cultural heritage, a pride born of a long and often turbulent history, a story of resilience that has forged a national character of warmth, humor, and an unbreakable spirit. The economy of the islands is inextricably linked to the natural world. The sea and the land are the primary providers. For countless communities scattered across the archipelago, fishing is not just a job, it is a way of life, a tradition that sustains families and defines their relationship with their environment. The daily catch, tuna, mackerel, grouper, and squid, is the backbone of the local economy, sold in bustling seaside markets or directly to neighbors. This is often small-scale, sustainable fishing, using methods like hook and line or small nets, a stark contrast to the industrial trawlers that threaten their livelihood. Inland, agriculture dominates the landscape. The sight of lush, green rice paddies, often carved into spectacular terraces on islands like Bohol or Luzon, is iconic. Rice is the undisputed staple of the Filipino diet, and its cultivation is a cycle of hard, manual labor that has shaped the rhythm of rural life for centuries. The water buffalo, or carabao, remains the farmer's most trusted partner, patiently tilling the soil. Coconut farming is also a vital industry. The coconut palm is known as the tree of life, and for good reason. It provides everything from coconut oil and milk to the timber used for building homes and the fronds used for thatched roofs. In recent years, the economy has begun to diversify. The breathtaking beauty of the islands has given rise to a growing tourism sector. In places like Coron, with its dramatic limestone cliffs and hidden lagoons, and Siargao, a world-renowned surfing destination, small, locally owned guesthouses and dive shops have emerged. This provides a valuable alternative source of income, but also presents the complex challenge of balancing economic development with the preservation of the fragile natural environment. For many families, however, opportunities on the islands are limited. This has led to the widespread phenomenon of overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs. Millions of Filipinos work abroad in fields like nursing, engineering, maritime shipping, and domestic service, sending money home to support their families. These remittances are a crucial part of the national economy, but they come at a significant personal cost: the long, painful separation of families. The balikbayan box, a large cardboard box filled with gifts and goods from abroad, is a powerful symbol of this sacrifice, a tangible expression of love and connection sent across the miles. Filipino food is a direct and honest reflection of the islands, simple, fresh, and deeply communal. The cuisine is built around the bounty of the land and sea, with flavors that are a unique blend of Southeast Asian, Spanish, and Chinese influences. At the heart of every single meal is rice. For Filipinos, a meal is not considered complete without it. It is the comforting, sustaining foundation upon which all other flavors are built. Seafood is naturally a staple. A freshly caught fish, simply grilled over charcoal and served with a dipping sauce of soy sauce, vinegar, and calamansi, a small local citrus fruit, is a cherished everyday meal. Another popular dish is kinilaw, a local version of ceviche, where raw fish is cured in vinegar, ginger, onions, and chili, a refreshing and vibrant taste of the sea. Soups and stews are also central to the cuisine. A dish like sinigang, a sour and savory soup made with a tamarind broth, fish or meat, and a variety of vegetables, is a beloved comfort food, a taste of home for Filipinos everywhere. The national dish, adobo, made by stewing chicken or pork in soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, and peppercorns, speaks to the Spanish influence and the local genius for food preservation in a tropical climate. Cooking methods are often simple, relying on fresh, high-quality ingredients rather than complex techniques. The local market, or palenque, is a vibrant, chaotic, and essential part of daily life, a place of sensory overload, with its colorful displays of exotic fruits, mountains of fresh vegetables, and the glistening, silver scales of the day's catch. Food is a language of love and hospitality, and the act of sharing a meal is a sacred ritual. Meals are almost always a communal affair, with large families gathering to eat together. In many rural areas, the traditional way of eating is kamayan, or with the hands. It is a tactile, intimate experience that is believed to make the food taste better, a direct connection between the person and the nourishment the earth provides. At its core, Filipino food culture is about generosity. There is always an extra plate at the table for an unexpected guest, and the first thing you will be asked when you enter a Filipino home is, "Kumain ka na?" Have you eaten yet? To truly understand life in the Philippines is to understand its profound connection to nature. The landscape is not a passive backdrop. It is an active, powerful force that shapes every aspect of daily life. The country is a global center of marine biodiversity, and its waters are home to some of the most spectacular coral reefs on the planet. For the island communities, the reef is a submerged treasure, a vital source of food, a protective barrier against storm surges, and a fragile ecosystem that they depend on for their survival. Life is lived outdoors, in rhythm with the sun and the sea. The beach is the village playground, the main highway, and the social gathering place. Children learn to swim almost as soon as they can walk, and they develop a deep, intuitive understanding of the ocean. The jungle, too, is a vital resource, providing bamboo and wood for building, medicinal plants, and a habitat for a rich diversity of wildlife, from the tiny, wide-eyed tarsier on Bohol to the majestic Philippine eagle in Mindanao. This environment invites exploration. Island hopping in a traditional banca is a common way to travel, to visit relatives on neighboring islands, or to find new fishing grounds. The experience is immersive. The warm sun on your skin, the salty spray of the sea, and the constant breathtaking panorama of green islands and turquoise water. This deep, abiding connection to the natural world fosters a profound respect for the environment, but also a keen awareness of its power. The people of these islands live with an understanding that they are a part of nature, not separate from it. For all their apparent remoteness, the islands are a world of constant movement and connection. A sophisticated, if sometimes informal network of transportation links this fragmented nation. The workhorse of the sea is the ferry, ranging from large modern vessels that connect major ports to smaller, wooden boats that are the lifeline for remote communities, carrying people, goods, and livestock between islands. These journeys are often long and subject to the whims of the weather, reinforcing a patient and adaptable mindset. On land, the most common form of public transport is the tricycle, a motorcycle with a custom-built sidecar. These brightly decorated vehicles are the taxis of the towns and villages, navigating narrow roads and carrying passengers on short journeys. In more rugged mountainous areas, the habal-habal, a motorcycle modified with wooden planks to carry multiple passengers and goods, is the only way to reach isolated communities, a testament to Filipino ingenuity and adaptability. This blend of traditional transport and modern life is a defining paradox of the Philippines. It is entirely possible to live in a simple bamboo hut in a village with no paved roads, yet still have access to the internet through a smartphone. The rise of digital technology has had a profound impact, connecting even the most remote islands to the wider world. It allows families to stay in touch with loved ones working overseas, gives small business owners access to new markets, and provides young people with a window to a world beyond their island home. However, this connectivity is often fragile, with unstable signals and a lack of reliable electricity, creating a digital divide between those with consistent access and those without. For the young people of the Philippines, growing up on a small island offers a unique blend of immense freedom and inherent limitation. Education is highly valued, seen as the most important path to a better future. In most villages, a small public school provides primary education, and teachers are among the most respected members of the community. However, for children in the most remote areas, simply getting to school can be a daily challenge, involving long walks through forests, wading across rivers, or taking boat rides. Resources can be scarce, with schools often lacking books and modern facilities. For higher education and greater career opportunities, the vast majority of young people must leave home. They travel to the larger provincial capitals or to the sprawling metropolises of Cebu and Manila to attend university or find work. This journey is a modern rite of passage, a chance to experience the wider world and acquire new skills. It is often their first experience of anonymity, a stark contrast to the close-knit familiarity of their home village where everyone knows their name and their family history. But the pull of home, the deep-seated connection to family and community, is incredibly strong. Many return for holidays and fiestas, and a significant number choose to come back permanently after their studies or a period of working away. They return with new ideas and perspectives, contributing to the slow but steady evolution of their communities. The great challenge for the Philippines is to create enough diverse and sustainable opportunities on the islands to keep its young, educated population from leaving, ensuring that these vibrant communities have a future. And that the brain, drained to the cities and abroad, does not deplete them of their most valuable resource. The rhythm of day and night on the islands is a study in contrasts, a shift from communal work to intimate family life. The long, hot, sun-filled days are a time of activity and productivity. The harbors and markets are hives of energy, the fields are tended, and the daily tasks of life are carried out with a steady, unhurried pace. As the afternoon heat intensifies, life slows down, with many seeking shade for a midday rest. In the late afternoon, as the sun begins to lose its ferocity, the village basketball court, a fixture in every community, comes alive with the sound of bouncing balls and cheering crowds. As evening falls and the sun dips below the horizon in a blaze of color, a profound sense of quiet descends. Life turns inward. The heat of the day dissipates, replaced by a cool sea breeze. This is a time for home, for family. Families gather on their porches to talk, to share stories, or to simply enjoy the quiet of the evening. The aroma of the evening meal drifts through the village. After dinner, a neighbor might bring out a guitar, and an impromptu singing session will begin. Without the light pollution of the cities, the night sky is a brilliant spectacle of stars. The quiet nights are a time for rest, for connection, and for recharging the spirit. It is in this shared nightly calm that the strength of the family and the community is reaffirmed, ready for the new day. Life in this tropical paradise is not without its significant challenges. The very geography that gives the Philippines its beauty also makes it vulnerable. The sense of isolation on a small island can be profound, especially during a medical emergency when the nearest hospital may be a long and difficult boat journey away. Access to basic services like reliable electricity and clean water can be inconsistent in the most remote areas. Economic pressures are a constant reality, forcing many to leave their homes in search of work and creating a deep-seated anxiety about the future. The greatest challenge, however, is the weather. Located in the Pacific's typhoon belt, The Philippines is hit by an average of 20 tropical storms each year, some of which are devastatingly powerful. These storms can destroy homes, wipe out crops, and cripple the fishing fleets that communities depend on. For the people of these islands, living with the threat of typhoons is a fact of life, a reality that has cultivated an incredible resilience and a deep-seated understanding of the power of nature. After a storm passes, the Bayanihan spirit shines brightest as communities immediately come together to rebuild, to share what little they have, and to support those who have lost everything. So why do people choose to stay? In a world of seemingly limitless options, why do they remain rooted in these small, remote places? The answers are as varied as the islands themselves, but they often circle back to the same fundamental themes. They stay for the profound, unshakable sense of community, for the feeling of belonging to a place where people genuinely know and care for one another, where help is always just a neighbor away. They stay for the concept of kapwa, a shared inner self, the idea that you are not separate from others, but part of them. They stay for the unparalleled safety, for the simple, priceless freedom to let their children roam and explore without fear. They stay for the peace, for a simpler, slower pace of life that allows for a deeper connection to oneself, to family, and to the natural world. In a world saturated with noise and distraction, these islands offer a rare and precious silence. And above all, they stay for the unbreakable connection to home, to a landscape that is not just a backdrop for their lives, but an integral part of their identity, a part of who they are. It is a connection that is forged in the sea, in the sun, and in the shared, collective experience of living in a place of breathtaking and at times unforgiving beauty. The Philippines exists in a delicate and beautiful balance between tradition and modernity, between the tranquility of island life and the challenges of a changing world, between a cherished solitude and an essential community. It is a nation of 1,000 different rhythms, where each island carries its own unique song. Here, life is not measured in grand events or dramatic upheavals, but in the steady, dependable cycle of the tides, in the warmth of a shared meal, in the joy of a family gathering, and in the simple, profound beauty of the everyday. It is a living testament to the idea that in a world that is constantly, relentlessly speeding up, there is still a deep and lasting power in a life that is grounded in community, in family, and in the quiet, timeless embrace of the sea.